Hello, nieces and niestas. How are you today? Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I'm Savings Fashionista, and over here we do mainly things fragrance, whether it's body or home. And today we're here to talk fragrances. If you want to hear about the fragrances that I wore week of July 28th, please stay tuned. Nieces, so if you notice, I did not specify that I had fragrance combinations or layering, with the exception of one. I layered two fragrances on one day. But you guys, I have not done this in a very, very long time. I'm talking about years that I have just only focused on the fragrance that I was going to wear with just a regular, drugstore body lotion or just a regular oil. And that kind of happened this past week, and let's talk about it. So starting on Sunday, you guys, I most all days I wore my Coco Shea oil. So I'm not going to mention the oils. I just use my regular Dove soap and I moisturize with my Coco Shea because it has been so hot here. And although I still will wear creams when it's hot, but it has just been off the charts hot here, to the point where I almost did not want to put on moisturizer, but I have to put some type of moisturizer on. So very minimal. I've only used my Coco Shea oil, very thin, light oil. So on Sunday, I started off with something that is becoming a favorite of mine because I'm actually wearing this today. But this is Bal de Freak by Byredo. So this is Bal de Freak by Byredo. You guys, this is more of an amber wood, but this is clean girl to me. It totally gives clean girl vibe, clean girl aesthetic. It is a unisex fragrance. That this is so unique to me and good. There are really no standout fragrance notes that I pick up in here. I don't pick up like a strong lemon or bergamot, not even the black currant. One thing that I can say is that I know that the jasmine is there because I'm just kind of used to jasmine because I have a lot of fragrances with jasmines, and of course the musk because it's giving that clean girl feel. But this was my fragrance for Sunday and I absolutely enjoyed it. Moving on into Monday. Monday was something that I just recently added to the collection. And I received the package, I think, last weekend. It was either Friday or Saturday that I received the package. But I wore this fragrance that following Monday, and I was so excited about it. But this is Sunplosion, and it says Alua State of Mind. And I think that this is absolutely giving Hawaiian vibes. You guys, this is Tropical Ecstasy. This is why I purchased this fragrance. Now, you know, Leisure of Paradise, she's like the big sister of the bunch. But you know, when I was in my citrus, lime, bergamot, lemon era earlier this summer, I was going to get Malibu Party in the Bay. And then as I dug a little deeper and I researched a little bit more, and I wanted to add more mango fragrances to the collection, I decided to get this one. And it was a blind buy. So this one has mango, guava, coconut water, lime, hibiscus, and sandalwood. And I'm like, how could you go wrong with that combination of fragrance notes? And this is absolutely good. This is tropical ecstasy. This is so good, you guys. You definitely get a burst of mango in the opening, and you get that GABA. I'm assuming it's GABA because I don't really know what GABA smell like, but I know that I'm not just only smelling the mango fruit. And I do smell the somewhat tardiness from the lime and that airiness from the coconut water, but that hibiscus note that just kind of lays flat and lays low along with the sandalwood. This is one of those fragrances that you smell, for me, that I smell every note. It's somewhat a linear fragrance because it does pretty much stay the way that it starts. So it makes it just, linear. But what I do like about it, although it may be linear, I can pick up different whiffs of each fragrance note. All right, so again, on Monday, I wore Sunclosion by Simone Andrioli. All right, moving on into Tuesday, I wore Gold Coast. I was just in a mood for Gold Coast because this is a very watery type of fragrance. It has watermelon in it, and you definitely pick up that watermelon note. And I absolutely enjoy it. It has some florals in it, but what I do like about it is that it's not too floral, it's not too cloying, and the watermelon is not a very strong note of watermelon, but you definitely know that watermelon is in this fragrance, and I really enjoy this. So again, this is Gold Coast by Bun Number 9, and this was my fragrance for Tuesday. All right, now Wednesday is when I switched things up just a little bit. I don't know what made me do it, but I did it. So I started off with Donna Born Roma Green Stravaganza. You know, this is a tea forward fragrance. It does have that original Donna Born and Roma DNA that's just like resting at the bottom, but you definitely get that tea note. It has some tea, vanilla. It's nice. It's really nice. I really enjoy this. So again, I wore that and I decided to blend it with this. Now this is a lead. This is Lead La Absolute Plantain. And this one here, to me, is more unisex. And it does have like aldehyde notes in it. And it gives you like this solarness that really smells nice. This is the one lead that I feel that could be a balanced unisex, but it paired perfectly with the Donna Born and Roma Green Stravaganza. So that was my fragrance for Wednesday. And now moving on into Thursday, I was actually craving this fragrance, you guys. I don't know why, but I was. I always reference this as the sweetest form of the Baccarat Rouge DNA, in my opinion, and the sweetness come from this beautiful, juicy, watery pineapple note. But this is Lamar by Kajal, you guys. If you don't have this, this is definitely some worth having in the collection. If I had to decide whether or not you should do this or Instant Crush, because you know Instant Crush, it had its time and it does have a fan base, I would choose this over Instant Crush any day. It does have a very similar DNA, and I know that that is like the standard. Baccarat Rouge seems to be the standard because so many fragrances are compared to it. But this smells like Baccarat Rouge with a sweet pineapple note, and it is so, so good. This is so good. Whenever I wear this fragrance, I get tons of compliments. I know I got about 4 compliments on this particular day. But again, this is Olamar by Kajal. To Friday, I pulled something out that I have not worn in a while, and this is Windflowers by Creed. This is a white floral, you guys. Beautiful white floral. It has some neroli, some tuberose, and some jasmine, and it has this very beautiful praline note that does not give any touch of gourmand to me. And I really enjoy this. Every time I smell this, I think about my husband because he layered this one time with his Creed Aventus, and you know how strong Creed Aventus is, but you could still get subtle whiffs of this from him on that particular day. And this really smells nice on him. So I wore that on Friday and I really did enjoy it. So again, that is Windflowers by Creed. And on Saturday was an airing day. I had a lot to get done on Saturday, and believe it, it was so warm this particular day. And I remember this fragrance really sticking with me. And I don't feel that the first time or the first couple times that I wore this fragrance, it didn't seem to last as long as I'm remembering it lasting on Saturday. And it was really good. I really enjoyed it. But this is Ocean di Gaia by Giorgio Armani, and this is an aldehyde aquatic type of fragrance. It is absolutely beautiful. It's good. This is good. I'm trying to see which one I like more, this one or the green one. I don't know if I like them equally because This one is really good, and I wanted to add this one first, but I was in Sephora playing around this past weekend, and I was tempted to get the green one, but I didn't. But this was my fragrance for Saturday. Again, this is Ocean di Gaia by Giorgio Armani. All right, you guys. So that was not my norm, but it was still really fun. Like I said, it's been years since I just kind of like wore fragrance in isolation consistently throughout a week, consistently like I did. I've really been enjoying my fragrances, and I'm really trying to get inspired with other ideas about how to wear them so that I could utilize them to all capacity, because I have spent lots of money on my collection. I've only received a few fragrances in PR, but I've always been a fragrance lover. Don't mind spending my coin, but I would, enjoy some PR as well. But because you want to get your dollars worth, where I want to get my dollars worth out of what I've spent my money in, that I really enjoy and love so much, I tend to wear a lot. But today was my first day of trying something that I have seen Travalia do a lot in her content, where she layers many fragrances, but she do like tops, bottoms, shirts, pants, or however she do it. So today I did something a little different. I had a below the waist fragrance, and I had an above the waist fragrance, and I really enjoyed it, you guys. But that's a conversation for next week. We'll talk about it then. I want to thank you guys so very much for coming back to the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And do not forget, you, yes, you are great. Bye bye.